Previously on
Wolfie.
Tokyo Zebra.
Want some water? Yeah? You want water? Are you trying to be like mommy?
Hey all, so quickly, this is Wolfie's third day at Hoikuen. He's doing that Nadashi Hoiku, which means that he's not going full days right now. So the first 2 days he went 2 hours, and today they bumped it up to 2 hours and 45 minutes. I'm about to pick him up, and today is kind of one of those like milestones because he's supposed to also kind of eat food there, or like they're gonna try to feed him, but maybe he won't eat, maybe he will, we just don't know. He's been crying quite a bit in the last 2 days. We'll see how he does. And then like every time we drop him off, he's been crying, and then when we pick him up, he's been crying. So
yesterday when I picked him up, he didn't even cry though. It was just like exhausted, just like hold grudge or something. He's like it's so cute.
we've noticed just like slight behavioral changes in his like sleeping patterns, and then just like his attitude. Definitely he feel like you can tell he like misses us a little bit more. He's a little bit more like clingy, and then but he's also like more happy just to be with us, but also it's like a good thing that he is starting to play with other kids in like more of a social environment, because I mean at the end of the day, like this whole corona thing and COVID and lockdowns has been really tough. We haven't seen a lot of families, we haven't seen a lot of kids, so just having him with other kids at the moment, I think it's good. But yeah, anyways, I gotta go pick him up now, so we will see. Hopefully he's okay.
What did you do, Wolfie?
We are back. He wasn't crying at all. He was having a good time. He waved at everyone. Bye-bye. Yeah, he was like,
Wow.
yeah. He ate.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he ate.
I missed you.
You know, they have the Japanese dish, so he ate all of his rice and he ate all of his miso. But I think he still needs to eat a little bit, so.
Oh, you think so?
He only ate the rice. I took a picture of the food. All of the rice in the soup. Just rice though. Oh, my little boy. Where are you going? Where are you going? Yeah.
So after taking a nap earlier, Wolfie started to have a fever. It was at 39 degrees Celsius, 102 Fahrenheit, worrying us enough to go to the doctor to get checked. We received some fever medicine, which we mix as juice in hopes he'll take it down.
This is your sick day, huh, Wolfie? How you feeling, Wolfie?
This is actually one of the first times Wolfie has gotten really sick. In fact, since we've been pretty protective of taking him out since he was born, he's been pretty much kind of sheltered in our house. I mean, we take him out on like small trips and stuff, but it's just usually us. He hasn't really gotten sick, and in fact I think he's had a fever maybe like once or twice, but it usually goes away in like a few hours or just like overnight, and he'll wake up and he's fine. But this time he woke up with a fever, and like we were up all last night. Mainly Maiko was just like trying to make him comfortable. He would wake up from time to time every several minutes or hours or whatever. So he, I think, was at like a little over 40 last night, and this morning he was still at like 39 degrees. So it's already 4 o'clock in the afternoon and he still has a fever. He went to bed for a few hours, and I think after taking a nap it went back up. Today though, it's been kind of a let him do whatever he wants, and he's usually kind of a little bit cranky and like doesn't really want to play or do anything, because obviously it makes sense because he's sick right now. So we've just been letting him watch TV, and but if he's not watching TV, he's just kind of like cranky, and so we're just trying to deal with it. Also, I think I forgot to mention that this morning he did throw up a little bit. Maybe we were giving him too much water, and I think that just like made him throw up. So this is tough. This is the first time where I guess Michael and I have to deal with. We've like pretty much lost a day of work. We're kind of behind the schedule again, but I think this is just something we need to get used to, especially going to nursery. Here it's pretty common for babies or kids to get sick from going to the nursery, so we need to kind of put this into the schedule. I think the main point here is to try to make him as comfortable as possible today, and just hopefully that he recovers sooner than later. So that's it for now. Let's see how they're doing. They're in the other room.
Books maybe? So I can put this in.
Oh, I think you wanted to read him books. You want to read him book?
No.
You want books to raise the...
Where did they that?
Okay, I got you. 1 second. Better?
My work is extremely behind. Don't know what to do.
That's one thing. Every time he's like feels uncomfortable, he always wants mommy.
Like last night, I was trying to ice him and I was trying to stay up. I don't know. I'm just really tired right now. I don't know how people manage when they're only by themselves. I'm lucky that you're here.
When you have two parents that are working, that's when it's... Oh, you're just getting tired. We love you, Wolfie. We love you. We love you. It's a blank look. So it looks like Wolfie's temperature is going above 40 now, and I think we just need to give him some medicine. He's crying a lot. So, some more juice. Mix it up. Whew. Wolfie, look what I got for you.
Orange juice?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can feel it like
Yeah.
throbbing? Oh, maybe it's a headache.
Yeah.
Wow, looks like he passed out. Yeah, it's kind of early for his bedtime, but he might be tired. Hopefully the medicine will just get his temperature down. Either way, he's like sleeping now, which is good. It's just best that he gets as much rest as possible. He always has trouble sleeping anyway, so. Oh, he's finally eating. What are you eating?
Okashi. So this is the only thing he wanted to eat. Oh, he slow down. You're gonna throw up again. ゆっくりよ。ちょっと同時に食べる。あーした。あ、入ってるやん。Finish of it. You want this? Whatever you can eat, I guess.
How's his temperature?
40.
Still 40?
Yeah.
The medicine didn't work?
But like I was reading, and apparently when the temperature's going up, sometimes it doesn't work.
Wow, you're in a good mood, huh, Wolfie? Maybe the medicine is working.
No. You done? お、初めて自分で立った今日。元気出てきた。ご飯食べて元気出てきたんで。38.4。よかった。ちょっと下がったね。
Is it okay?
怖いよね。It's horrible that he's already burning up and suffering and this happens.
Yeah.
It's horrible. 大丈夫だから、Mommy is strong, okay?
Yeah.
I think you jumped the most.
I think he scared. I think I scared him because I just.
I think you scared him and the sound was horrible. Wink, 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 wink. また熱上がるわ、ほん
He's
と。
like 40 degrees temperature.
I know.
So obviously this is kind of bad timing. Like his temperature has gone back up. He's at like a little over 40 degrees again. All three of us were in bed and we were just trying to get Wolfie to go to sleep, and the alarm just started going off. I jumped up and then like this whole place just started shaking. The TV that we have hanging on the wall, I wouldn't say it fell down, but one of the sides kind of sagged down a little bit. Anyways, yeah, weren't expecting this tonight. Wolfie is a little bit shocked, I think. He was kind of like in this like crying mode, and then he just like stopped. Anyways, we're gonna try to sort through this, and hopefully Wolfie's temperature goes down tonight, and we have no more earthquakes, and yeah, let's see how this goes. So it's at 1:45 in the morning, and I'm in the waiting room while Michael is in the emergency room with Wolfie and the doctors. I'm just really scared at the moment. Oof. I don't even know where to start, but basically we ended up in the emergency room with Wolfie last night. We had the ambulance come, we had the paramedics come. I just woke up and the family is still sleeping. It is about 8:30, 8:45, almost 9 right now. Usually Wolfie wakes up at 6, but I don't think he got to bed until maybe 3:30 last night. It was a long night. Again, it's probably one of the scariest times I've ever had. I was in full panic mode last night. I was so worried. Kind of still in shock about the whole thing. First of all, I'm just glad that he's okay. Michael and I are okay. And on top of that, there was a huge earthquake last night in Tokyo, which made things worse. But for right now, it looks like Wolfie's temperature is down. We had to go to the hospital last night because his temperature was above 40 degrees. Yeah, I think he just went into kind of like a shock. He went into kind of like a shaking mode where he wasn't there. He wasn't responding to us, and so we had to call the ambulance. I'm still kind of just shook about this whole thing. I've never been so scared. Yeah. Just wait until they wake up. Yeah?
He wants to give it to you.
Oh. You gonna give that to me? Yeah.
どうぞ、どうぞ。
Oh, what do you want to do?
拭いてあげるのか。
Wipe my face? And the next morning, his temperature went down to around 38 degrees Celsius, 100 Fahrenheit, and at this point, he was a bit more like himself. You gonna throw it away? Oh, thank you. Let me clean everything up first before I hug Daddy. Oh, what are you getting?
Oh, you're doing everything.
What are you?
I've been taking a break, huh?
In the bathtub too.
Thank you, Wolfie.
Okay, so let me do.
まだ綺麗にするの？行く時間の前には忘れたもので、はい。
And then the nursery called. Apparently, they're quite experienced with kids having fever-related convulsions, so they gave us some comforting advice. They also recommended that Wolfie be able to eat fully before returning to the nursery, so that his immune system would be strong enough to prevent catching something else. Alright, so I'm back. It's been a couple days since you last saw me a few seconds ago. A lot has happened just the last couple days, and I just kind of needed to reset and focus on the family and make sure Wolfie's all better. And I think now we have some time just to kind of like breathe and explain everything that was going on, because I was pretty much probably in still kind of a panic and in shock of everything that was going on. Michael's here. We're both still pretty tired. Even last night, we still didn't get a lot of sleep, but
Well, today he's okay. So.
yeah, so today is okay. So feel a little bit more comfortable talking now. So just to back up a little bit, there was just a huge earthquake, and we were kind of sleeping, and all of a sudden, like, this earthquake happens. He wakes up. I'm startled. Michael's, we're all in bed together.
I think I was up.
You were up,
I was
like
up,
you were looking at him. And then in Japan, because we don't just have an earthquake, we have this like alarm system that goes off. So all of your phones, your TVs, anything that's digital and connected, like alarm. Yeah, it's like this
So loud.
a scary, like it feels like a nuclear missile is like
Yeah.
about to hit Tokyo, which just like completely surprised Wolfie altogether, and
He was so scared.
he was completely scared. That's when this thing started to pretty much go downhill for us.
So I was about to go to sleep because he seems okay, or yeah, like I was getting sleepy.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, okay, right before I go to sleep, maybe I'll check on Wolfie and check the temperature. So I got up and I saw him like his eyes was wide open, and like, he was staring at like one point with no face expression, and like he was like froze. I'm like, okay, this doesn't look like Wolfie. And so like I was trying to talk to him, Wolfie, what's wrong? Do you want water? And he would just cry.
He was crying?
No, he usually would cry,
Oh, okay.
like, but he wasn't like doing anything. So I'm like, okay, something is wrong. But I wasn't sure because I was sleepy. Then I started to remember reading that Nesekeren,
Yeah.
which was the case for Wolfie this
Yeah.
time. It says that like I have to time, or like I have to know like how long it happened,
Yeah.
and I have to like put his body on the sideway if it happens. So
Yeah.
I was kind of like getting ready, but like I don't even know if it was that or like it didn't even happen. And then it started to happen. It was like this.
Yeah. I think in English, it's either like convulsion or maybe seizure. So he was like starting to seize up. At that point, you woke me up, right?
Yeah, right after it started happening, I woke you up. I checked the time. It was 12:33. I studied the time, but I didn't finish timing because I was panicking as well. But it didn't go so long. It was like 2 minutes or less than 2
Yeah.
minutes, I think.
Yeah, he didn't cry. He wasn't like looking either way. He was kind of like staring off into nowhere.
Yeah. That was a scary thing. So I thought like, is his brain working, or like is it like messed up or something? And he was just like really tense. He was keep on pulling my shirt like this, pulling my hair.
And I wasn't doing it. I was panicking as well.
Yeah. And then I called the なんだっけ、子供健康相談室 or something.
Like, what's the emergency number here in Japan? She's like, oh, I have it on speed dial.
I have my mom, Paolo, and the speed the 子供健康相談室.
Yeah.
And then I should have actually called the 119, 119番
Yeah.
here, but I only had this 子供健康相談室, which
Yep.
guided me to call 119. Yeah.
So 110 is for police, and then 119 is for the ambulance.
I don't even want to talk about this. It's like so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you had called the hospital, I like was listening to you, and you were like, "I have a 1.5-year-old son. He is going into like a seizure mode," and you were like, you're very calm and explaining everything to them. She's got it together. Let me see if I can do other stuff. I'm like panicking, so I'm trying to like Micah's holding him, and I'm like trying to.
You did a good job. I appreciate how you put together and put it in the bag and like.
I got the diapers, and then I got us some extra water for us as well. But
Yeah.
I was kind of like panicking the entire
And
time.
I told you like we're gonna be there for a while. So like, can you put water in my bag too? And he's like, well, what water? And the water you grabbed is the 2-liter water. That's 2-liter water.
I got a 2-liter
How am I
one.
gonna drink that outside of the hospital?
So we got to finally the ambulance came, but because of the earthquake here in Tokyo,
そうだ.
everything had shut down. Like all of the trains had shut down, so a lot of people were
It
stranded.
was right after the earthquake.
So at that time, the elevator had shut down. So when the ambulance came, they're like, "Hey, we can't get up to your elevator. Can you come down?" And I'm like, "Okay, we have to come down. We have to come down." And then
But they said, "Oh, we'll come up. Just please wait." I was like going in and out so many times.
I was like running
And
to the elevator and
I
back.
think I needed you for something. And I was like, "Pa!" I can picture you like running back and forth in the hallway.
Because I was like, I didn't know whether I should stay with you or if I should try to go get them. Because
Yeah.
I heard them, like I heard the ambulance outside, so I was like, oh, maybe I should just come down. At the time, I didn't know the elevator wasn't working, and then I'm like, they're already here, but they're not up here, so maybe I should go down. Because so long story short, they finally got in and they asked us an assortment of like questions, how he was. What did they take? Is like
They checked the temperature and they were checking the amount of oxygen in his blood or something. I don't know how they did it, or in the心拍数.
and then they asked us like questions about what he was eating throughout the day, and right.
No.
I wasn't paying it.
So they were just asking like when the fever started and how he had been behaving.
That was our first ambulance ride together. right?
Yeah.
When we had to walk down 9 floors, you carried Wolfie, I carried all the baggage and like.
I was so scared to make sure I won't drop him. He was like a stone. I was scared. Like I couldn't even tell if he was breathing. I had to check so many times.
So after a few minutes, we got to the hospital. They wouldn't let me go in there, so I don't really know. And since we've been so busy, you haven't really told me what happened in the room.
That's true. So what happened really was we went in and I changed his diaper and then I explained verbally. They didn't check him. I explained what happened. They checked his eyes and then
They put sensors on him to check.
Yeah. So I think that was how they check. And then she started to explain that is most likely the nesekeren. Japanese babies tend to have nesekeren. So it's pretty common. 1 and 2 usually have the same seizure again. So she started to explain what we need to know for having a baby who has seizure. Oh, and after she explained that, she's like, oh, do you have any other questions? Then I asked her, so he's been having a fever for such a long time, high fever, 40 degrees, 41 degrees. I read a lot of stuff online, and a lot of them said that if his hands and feet are cold and his body is hot, that means his body temperature is going up, so you're supposed to warm the baby up. And shouldn't really use the genetizai. Once it hits the peak, that's the time you let the heat go and everything.
Yeah.
But his feet was cold the whole entire time, but the temperature was really high for a long time. So what was I supposed to do? And she's like, I don't know why the internet says that kind of stuff. What she recommended is to actually use the medicine to lower his temperature.
Yeah.
Do ice the armpits and this neck area. Just do whatever to make him feel better. That's what she recommended.
That's interesting how the other doctor told you you shouldn't try to give him medicine. So that's what we were kind of like.
Yeah. That's the thing. So
And then
I actually asked her that too.
Yeah.
So she basically said that there are 2 sides on this among the doctors, and she's on the side that you should just use it if the baby is suffering.
when we were leaving the doctor's place, we took an ambulance there obviously, but we needed to take a taxi home, so we were waiting. Oh, actually, when we were leaving, we got out of the emergency room. We were just walking through the hospital doors, and we had to wait in the lobby area. I heard him for the first time kind of talk or laugh or make some noises.
Did he?
Yeah, so I was like, oh, finally, he's starting to become a little bit normal, despite the fact that he was still burning up.
Yeah.
He was being responsive because I didn't see him the whole time inside of the room.
I was with him.
So I didn't get to see that, so I was kind of a little bit relieved. We had to wait in the lobby area of the hospital and wait for a taxi. Apparently, because of the earthquake, a lot of people were stranded in random stations, and so a lot of people were using taxis to try to go home. So it was super difficult that night to try to find a taxi home, and it was already 30 in the morning or something.
It was 2:30. Yeah.
2:30 or 3 o'clock.
Yeah, the driver said that we were lucky.
Yeah, I'm like, why did you pick us up? Right? So anyways, we get home, make the medicine, and then he drank it up, and it's just peaceful, I think, for at least for the night. But because we were so worried, we decided to take shift, and Michael stayed up. It was already 30:30 by the time he went to sleep. I woke up and then took him from the morning right now.
Did I get up? I was so sleepy the whole entire time for the past couple of days, ever since he got the fever.
Yeah, it's been.
I don't remember a lot of things.
It was 2 days ago. So here we are. Wolfie is doing okay. We're, I think, traumatized too from this whole ordeal.
そうだよね。私もそうだもん。
But to be honest with you, a lot of the creativity is kind of.
I'm usually good at working every 10 minutes here and there, and just shift back to editing mode, but I couldn't do that this time.
So here's our little boy. He just woke up from his nap. How you feeling? He's a little bit shy these last couple days.
疲れちゃったよね。
He's just super tired. So yeah. We're all okay. We're doing good. We still have a lot to recover. I think it was kind of a traumatic moment for all of us. So there are brighter days to come, and hopefully we can share all of that with you. And so if you guys want to see more brighter days, more happy days with us, our family, hit that subscribe button and the bell button, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.